Happy sunrise, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, babes, go ahead and pull up a seat. All right, get nice and comfy, grab your tea and whatever else you like to indulge in, and get ready for the ride. Like I say in every video, it gets a little bit chaotic here and there. However, it's still a vibe. It's still very much a vibe, so don't even worry about all that. Okay, so I did something very similar on TikTok a couple of months ago, okay, where I talked about every single series that I actually want to read and get into, but I'm actually terrified of doing so for different reasons. And I figured, why not let me just go ahead and spin the block and bring that over to YouTube. I'm scared to open the cover of the book, babes. I'm terrified. I'm scared. This is what we gonna talk about today, all right?
I need you, yeah, I really do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. All I know is hit the mall and see what damage I could do. I give you the world, but there's other planets too. And I need someone to be patient with me. Someone to get money with, not take it from me. Look, they don't even need to be as famous as me. I don't think I meet them at the places I be, but
So I actually have a couple of series. I don't know why I didn't hold on, y'all. I should have been better prepared. Let me write a list. Let me write a list so I don't skip none. I usually do this beforehand. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment. Okay, boogies, let's go ahead and jump in. The first series, I actually do not have this one on hand. And that's on purpose. That's on purpose. Now, if somebody book fairies me or something like that, or somebody gifts it, then that's a different story. But I purposely have been avoiding buying these books, okay? The series that I'm talking about is the Magnolia Park series, I think. Is it Magnolia Park? Let's ask Goodreads, because I don't want to butcher y'all favorite series now. Hold on. Yes, it's the Magnolia Parks universe. Now, I know I don't even know how many books. Is it 4 books that's in this universe now? I think it's 4 books that's in this universe now. Child, I don't know. It might be 4 or 5. Baby, I can't keep up. I just know it's the Magnolia Park series, okay? Y'all, listen. There's so many, I've seen people say how much they love these books more versus the hate train, okay? Now, anybody that says they don't like it, they don't like it due to like the toxicity of the characters within the book, but a lot of people seem to love it because of the toxicity, and reason being because it's so relatable, and it resonates with people, and it's realistic. Like, the type of shit that they go through is a very realistic thing in a lot of people's relationships, so a lot of people love it, okay? I just, I don't know how real I feel like feeling right now. You know what I mean? I done been through my fair share of trials and tribulations and different connections that I've been with, whether it's friendship, whether it's relationship, it doesn't matter. So I don't really know if I'm ready to kind of jump on that train just yet, y'all, but I don't know. These books are legitimately calling my name. I'm not gonna lie to you. They have been calling my name for months. It has been on my TBR for a year. From the very first time I heard about it, it's been on my TBR. I just have not gotten around to making that first purchase or anything. Because I feel like this is a book that I'm not going to read on Kindle. I feel like this series is not Kindle worthy. This is a series that you have to have the physical copy of, I'm just scared. I'm scared to get into it because I just don't know how it's going to destroy me. And quite frankly, I'm not ready for that yet. The next series that I am terrified of getting into, I do have all of the books on my shelf currently. Now, from my understanding, the series is not complete yet, which I thought it was. I thought that it was. But apparently, it's still another book or two that's supposed to be coming out in this series, child. Whew. It already got 5, how many? Yeah, I already got 5 books on my shelf, okay? The series I'm talking about is ACOTAR. ACOTAR by Sarah J. Maas, okay? Now, I was actually gifted all of these books, all right? My sister-in-law gifted these books to me going on this Christmas of this year will be 3 years that I've had these books on my shelf, and I have not opened a single one. I'm not gonna hold you. I have not opened it yet. I have not started it yet. And the girl is on TikTok has been trying to get me to read these books forever. Every time I say, okay, I'm getting ready to start, I change my mind. I don't know, because baby, is it crack? This is the same thing I asked TikTok. Is it crack? Because y'all are cracked out behind this lady's books, whether it's this, whether it's Throne of Glass. Like, between ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, y'all got y'all in a frenzy, okay? Anybody who's read these books, that is. It has y'all in a frenzy. And baby, I just don't know if I want to be cracked out. I don't know if I want to be cracked out. I don't, like, behind another fantasy series, like, this is insanity, because I'm already, you know, the Empyrean series already has me in a chokehold. My Roman Empire, I'm sorry. This wasn't... The Empyrean series was literally my entrance into the fantasy world, into the fantasy genre, and I've been hooked ever fucking since. So if it's going to have me like that, I don't know. And then we got the Keeper series by M.L. Burns that also has me in a chokehold. Okay, this one is more of a dark romantic-y type of vibe, but it also has me in a chokehold. Baby, I am scared. How many fantasy series is going to have me in here acting like a damn crackhead? I don't know if I want parts, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this series has literally been on my shelf for the longest time. And I actually was supposed to start buddy reading it in January. I had put it down on my schedule, y'all, and everything. I said, I'm gonna finally just go ahead and start. The people have been asking, they've been pleading, they've been begging me to start this series because they want to see me do reactions to all of the books and things like that. And I keep telling them I'm gonna do it. And then one of my best friends from high school, we're book buddies and we be reading stuff together too. She's been begging me to read it. So it got down to the point she was like, listen, we will buddy read it in January. January came, we did not. So now it's pushed off to the month of March. So we'll see. We'll see if I actually get into it. But baby, I don't want to be cracked out. I don't. I've never tried crack a day in my life. I'm not ready. I don't plan to. So the next series on my list, I'm solely just terrified of reading this because of how it may potentially destroy everything. Just destroy me from the inside out, rip me to shreds, babes. The series that I'm talking about now is the Ravenhood trilogy. I actually have all 3 books here on my shelf. And interesting enough, the same person that sent me this shirt, my Black Queen, with the books all up in her natural fro, she also sent me these books, you guys. So you have Flock, which is the first one, Exodus, and Finish Line. And then I actually went out a couple of weeks ago and I got One Last Rainy Day. Apparently this is a spin-off of this series and this has to do with one of the main characters. I think I'm supposed to read this last. But y'all, I am so scared to read this book because by the time y'all get to Exodus, the amount of videos that I've seen on TikTok with people literally just crying, bawling their eyes out, snotting on screen every time that they get to Exodus. I don't know if I want to feel whatever that pain is. Whatever that pain is that had everybody just choking and sobbing that way on the internet, on Future's internet, babe. I don't know if my heart can handle it, babes. Like, especially if this has to do with a character. If this is behind a character, baby. The first time I've ever boohoo cried over a character in a book was Dash by Chantel Tessier. That book, y'all, I cried for 3 days behind that book. That was the first book that actually made me drop thug tears, okay? If you've been following me for a minute, you already know. Books don't really make me cry. Like, my eyes will water, I'll get sad, I'll get the emotional feels, but I don't really cry. That's the first time I cried behind a book. Okay, the second time I cried was in Fourth Wing. I can't say what happened in that book clearly because that would be a major spoiler. But when I read it the first time, I didn't cry because it was so much happening in those particular chapters that it was My feelings was everywhere, so I couldn't even cry. But when I read it last month, and I already knew what was coming, I bawled like a baby, y'all. I cried so fucking hard, like so hard, reading it the second time around. They say third time's the charm. This will be the third time a book physically makes me cry, and I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready, but I hear that this series is so good, y'all. So very good. If I remember correctly, I think it's a Robin Hood retelling. I hear it's so good, y'all. But I'm scared. I'm scared. That's my truth. I am scared. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, y'all. I am gonna do it because I do want to read these. These have been on my TBR for a very long time, but I'm scared. I might save it for. I was about to say save it for a rainy day. And what is it with the rain? Why is rain so significant in this series, y'all? Because, baby, I love the rain. I love the rain. That is like my favorite time of, when the rain, especially a beautiful storm, like I love, that's my type of weather, babes. Is this going to make me hate rain? Am I going to hate rain after I read this series? I'm scared. Okay, you guys, the next series that I'm terrified of reading, babes, Harry Potter. As you can see, I haven't even taken the plastic off of this yet. I actually got this for Christmas. And I'm still so happy about it because I have never read a Harry Potter book. I know. I am one of the 12% of the world that has not read a Harry Potter book. Now, I have watched all of the movies multiple times. I had them on DVD. I was at the midnight showings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Harry Potter guru through and through, babes. Like, Hogwarts me, okay? Like, I am Club Slytherin all day. You know what I'm saying? I just never read the books. Now, growing up, I lived in a very Christian household. And y'all already know how Christians feel about the warlocks and the magic and the whoop-de-whoop, okay? We ain't got to go down we ain't got to go down that rabbit hole. Y'all know what it is, okay? If you came from a religious background. So I never got a chance to actually read the books. And then once my mom kind of like loosened up a bit and we started watching the Harry Potter movies or whatever like that, I just never spent the block to read the books. You know what I'm saying? But I have the books on hand now. So now I don't have an excuse. So I don't know when I'm going to read these, y'all. I think I want to do it in like September. I know I'm not going to do it in October because October I do strictly like spooky season. And granted, this will fall under the spooky season category. But I know I'm going to be reading a lot of other stuff in October. So I think I might do this in like September or August. I don't know. And I'll for sure do a reading vlog for this, okay? But, babes, I just want to see what's tea. I just know the books are going to be better than the movies. And if y'all know how much I hyperfixate over the movies now, I just don't even know how I'm going to feel once I get into the books, okay? Because Harry Potter is literally comfort to me. That's like my stem, okay? That is my comfort go-to. It don't matter what I got going on, if I'm sad, if I'm happy, if I'm bored, if I'm overstimulated, if I'm doing hair, whatever's going on, Harry Potter is on the screen, babes. I'm telling you, anytime I'm doing my kids' hair, Harry Potter is on the screen. If I'm not listening to a book, Harry Potter is on the screen. It don't matter. So, babes, I just don't know what these books are going to do to me. I don't know what these books are going to do to me. I fear it may make my Harry Potter obsession worse than it already fucking is. The next series that I want to get into that I'm terrified of getting into would happen to be the Zodiac Academy, babes. It's like 25 books in this fucking series, bruh. And then on top of that, the nerve of this series to have spin-offs. It's like 2 or 3 spin-offs in the same universe about the same characters in these. But like, I don't know if I'm ready to dedicate myself to that yet. Because I already know I'm going to hyperfixate. I know it deep down in my bones. I'm going to hyperfixate over Zodiac Academy. Now, I've been purposely avoiding buying the book the first book, because I know once I buy the first book and I start it, I'm going to immediately have to buy all the other ones. And babes, it's 2,500 books in the fucking series. I can't buy. One of my shelves is going to be completely dedicated to Zodiac Academy. I don't know if I can commit to that. I only got this one bookshelf, okay? And I still have a plethora of books still scattered around my office from my birthday, from book fairies, from Christmas. I haven't even reorganized my shelf to put those books on my shelf yet. I'm stressed just thinking about it. And I know, like, if it's a book that I love that much, I'm gonna have to have I have to have the trophy. I have to have the trophies. So I'm scared, y'all. I don't know when I'm gonna start this series. I genuinely don't know when I'm gonna start Zodiac Academy, but I know that is a series that I genuinely want to get into. I'm just scared. I'm scared, y'all, because I heard Zodiac Academy destroys you too. There's a lot that goes on up in that book that destroys you too. And I also heard it's a little bit of bullying in there too, like bully romance type of situation. And I'm not a fan of bully in any type of thing. Like, I don't like bully romances for real. I don't like bully, like, I guess romances in fantasy. I just don't like bullying. I'm not a fan of the bully shit, you know, and that's not to knock anybody else's preferences when it comes to their style of reading choice. It just don't do it for me. I'm definitely an affirmation girly, talk you through it type of girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to knock people down. That's just not me, you know? So it depends on the book. Like, it depends. If it start off with a little bit of bullying and then it turns into something else, then I'll probably be able to get into it. But if it's just strictly bullying, I don't know. Like, I'm scared. I'm scared, y'all. I'm so scared to read Zodiac Academy. I'm gonna do it, though, eventually. One of these days, I'm gonna get into it. Last but not least, you guys, and this isn't even necessarily one particular series because this is an entire universe. And there's multiple series within the universe, but they're all interconnected, okay? What I'm referring to is the Rena Kent universe, you guys. Like, what really pulled me into her universe and wanting to be interested in her catalog was the Gods of Legacy, I think is what the series is called. I saw one of my favorite booktubers doing, I think she did a vlog on that particular series, and honestly, she make anything look interesting. I'm not gonna hold you, but she did a particular reading vlog on this series, I believe, and I looked at that, I think early last year sometime, and I've been hooked on it ever since. I haven't read the series, but once I found out that there were interconnected, you know, books that go along with that series, I was like, well, I don't want to start these books yet because it's like smack dead in the middle of the universe. I have to start from the beginning, right? So you got the parents, you have the children, you have the children's children. Like, it's just a whole thing. It's like a family fucking tree. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I planned on starting the Rena Kent universe over the summer because I figured I could probably spread it out through 3 months. We're going to see what it's giving, y'all, because I really want to get into this universe. I've never read a Rena Kent book before, but people really, really love Rena Kent, and they really love her writing style, and they really love Gods of Legacy series. So I got to see what's tea. Yes, I'm following the crowd. I'm jumping on the bandwagon. I got to see what's tea, and I want to see what's tea by reading the entire fucking universe. So that's what I plan on doing. Okay, y'all, that wraps up this particular video. These are all of the series that I want to get into, but I am terrified of doing. So we're going to see which ones I'm able to knock out in the year 2025. I don't really know what it's given just yet. I know for sure all of them is not going to be a thing. I already know that. But we're going to see what it's given. We're going to see what I'm able to do, okay? So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And of course, if you enjoyed the vibes, please subscribe. Don't forget to do that. Because if you've been here this long, you might as well, okay? You might as well. Not to mention, y'all know I love to chit chat with you. So make sure you drop in some things in the comments so we can converse back and forth and all of the good things. With all that being said, I love y'all so very much. And I will catch you in the next video, okay? Bye.